Hey y'all, real quick, I just wanted to come on and encourage you. Listen, there's something I need you to understand. When you are in the process of becoming who God called you to be, or becoming your full, like, authentic self, you have to remember you're going to go through peaks and valleys. Okay, you're going to have moments when you are winning and it's like a consistent win, and then all of a sudden something will happen and it'll drop down in a sense that it feels like you're losing, and then you go back up and you're winning again, and it's just like kind of like a roller coaster a little bit until you're like consistently in a good place winning. I want you to understand that that's part of the process, right? Because there are things that, you have to learn and go through in order to become your greatest self. And a lot of times people think, oh, I can just become my greatest self and it's not going to be a difficult process. It's going to be easy, and it's going to be like, oh, it's just going to like happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. I want to come and encourage you though, because even though it doesn't happen overnight, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Okay. And I want to encourage you to keep pushing forward. See, that's the thing. You cannot allow yourself to get stuck in the valleys, in the lows, in the moments when you feel like you're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm losing. You're not losing. This is just the purging. I like to call it the purging process as well. I call it, different things in different videos, but it's kind of like you're purging, you're learning, you're readjusting. Things like that are happening in the lows, right? It's not that you're losing though. And I want you to understand you're not losing during the low times. This is the time where you're kind of like restructuring, you're reestablishing, rerouting yourself, regrounding yourself to get to that place where you can get your mindset back right to pursuing the positive aspect of becoming who you are called to be. Not who you want to be. Well, yeah, sometimes what you want to be, but then also, what you're actually called to be. It's not going to be a smooth, transitional, like easy process all the time. Sometimes it might be though. But most of the time, when you're becoming the greatest level, greatest version of yourself, please understand it's going to be some peaks and valleys. Okay. Just like Jesus said, if you can suffer with me, you can reign with me. And if you read the Bible and you read Jesus's life, obviously there's a huge portion of his life that it's not in the Bible, but a portion of his life where after he performed the miracle and, turned the water into wine, you see the different things he went through as he was, then performing the miracles and the wonders and all the things that made him into who he became, which was our Savior, Lord and Jesus Christ. He was always our Savior, but just kind of like the things, just kind of him progressing through. There were peaks and valleys, right? There were moments when everybody praised him and loved him. And there were moments when people were like, I don't know about you, Jesus. Okay, so that's going to happen also to you, right? There are going to be moments that you're going to go through. And he was tried by the enemy when he was on his fast. Like there's things that you're going to go through. You're going to go through trials and tribulations and all those things, right? But I came to encourage you because it's part of the process, but I came to encourage you to stay on track with the process. Like, don't allow for the valleys to take you out because it's part of the process. Okay. And it won't last forever. That's the other piece I want to tell you. Like the valley that you're in, the low that you're in right now, it's not going to last forever, because right after the low becomes the peak. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start going up. You're going to start seeing things get better. You're going to start seeing the progression towards you becoming your greatest self. But there are going to be moments where there's a little bit of valley going on because you have to purge. You got to get rid of your old self, and getting rid of your old self is not easy because the old self tries to hold on. Okay. Yes. Listen, your old self does not want to let go, and it's going to feel like it's a battle to let it go. Even when it comes to getting rid of people out of your life that remind you of how you used to be, or what you used to do, or who you used to be. That's a low, that's a valley, because you got to purge all that stuff. okay, in order to become your greatest self. And that's not going to be an easy task to do. That's why I call it the valley. But once you come out of that valley and you purge all those things and you get rid of all that stuff and you know what I'm saying, people, places, and things that no longer serve you for where you're going, you start to see yourself begin to level up and get to that next place and get to that place where you're becoming. Okay, but I came to encourage you because it's just part of the process. But you don't give up. Don't give up right now. Just keep going. Okay. It's not the end of the world. And there are going to be moments when it's going to feel like you have nobody supporting you. Baby, let me tell you, okay? There are going to be some moments when you're going to be like, okay, where is everybody? I have nobody supporting me. You're going to feel, some of you might feel alone. Some of you might be comfortable in that space of the time when you are in solitude, going through these peaks and valleys of becoming who God created you to be. There are going to be those moments when you're alone for long periods of time. Okay, friends, family, people, just nobody around. Okay, it's just you and God. And those times are the most precious, and the times when you really need to open up your ears to hear what God is saying, so you can know what your next step and your next instruction is. It's not a bad time. Okay, I love the moments of solitude, honestly, but maybe for you, because for some people, they need people around. Personally, I don't. I'm good with the solitude, but some of you might need somebody around. And I want to encourage you, this is part of the process. This is part of the purging. It's part of the, you know what I'm saying, the low time. And then when you're leveling up, then you start to see, things progress in a much better way. I just came to encourage you though, okay? And I hope I'm making sense to those of you that this message is going to come through to. But I want to encourage you because it's not the end of the world. You are going to become your greatest self. Just don't give up in this valley time, okay? Just keep going. Keep pressing through. Keep moving forward. Keep doing all the things to become your greatest self, okay? All right. Don't give up. You hear me? Because greater is coming. Greater is coming. Greater is coming, okay? I want to remind you, greater is coming. All right? All right, I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. Now, you go out and make it a great day on purpose, and don't you go mess up nobody else's day. But remember, this valley that you're in, this low that you're in, it's not going to last forever. And this is part of the becoming. This is part of you becoming who God created you to be. Okay? So just press forward. Don't get stuck in the valley. Okay? Pull yourself out of it and keep pushing through. Okay? All right, I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. Now, you go out and make it a great day on purpose, and don't you go mess up nobody else's day, okay? All right, I love y'all. All right, bye.